All right, hello and welcome back. This is Doyle Buehler, and today I'm talking about topic number 10, the wave of disruption. And this is coming from a book that I'm currently working on to be able to help businesses disrupt their market and their industry. And you don't have to be a Uber, you don't have to be Facebook or Tesla, in my mind, to be able to do it. So there is this pathway, and that's kind of what I'm building about, you don't just need to be a startup to disrupt your industry. And what I mean by disruption is being able to make some rapid changes, being able to move beyond that mediocrity type stage and being able to move your business forward, because a lot of us get stuck with it. And it's not so much that we have flat ideas or just general business. It's more that we kind of don't know what to do next, and we don't know how to build those opportunities. We don't know how to create them as well, and that's really what I want to talk about. Talking about the wave of disruption and that sort of thing. So from my understanding of how things have been going, there's a lot of movement towards the technical startup and that sort of thing, and the wave itself really is something that every business, I believe, has to embrace very, very soon, because otherwise you're just going to get washed over with the information and the content, and we're already pretty darn close to that, where all of this information is coming, and we need to survive. We need to be able to swim in this wave as well, and that's kind of the analogy that I developed within the content itself is, how do we actually swim in this wave, right? Because the wave, quite honestly, it doesn't give a rat's ass about who you are or what you're doing or that sort of thing. So it's going to wash over you, it's going to push you down, it's going to, hopefully not, but drift you out to sea. So you kind of have to be careful with that. But this wave is coming, and it really, what it symbolizes is we need to be on our toes. We need to be able to do something different. We need to sort of grow our business in a unique manner. Otherwise, it's not going to be around. It will kind of get washed out to sea. So if you can put these pieces in place to be able to, assist your business to help you embrace that wave of change that's coming, and that's actually already here, then your business is going to survive. So, how do you do that? What is, what's really important in terms of your overall business? But you can use the energy of digital disruption, and what I mean there is taking, the push and pull of the technology, and the push and pull of the ideas and the content, and social media and everything else like that. And if you can just sort of sit back and sort of look at, okay, well, what's really important here? And I'm working through how to develop this, but we're talking about patterns and purpose and platforms and process and production to be able to manage this process as well. But making sure that you're able to use that energy so that you can develop your business and you can grow the business as you get into it as well. So the wave of disruption, right? It's coming. It's already here. So it's a matter of, how do you actually leverage that? What ideas do you use? What technologies can you use? And a lot of it is already there, right? And that's kind of what I think businesses miss, is you don't have to create a revolutionary technology to be disruptive. What you have to do is take your existing business and say, how can I enable my business to create some changes, some activities that allow it to stand out, some activities that allow me to kind of, as the business leader, to be able to do better with the business as well. So that's really what I'm talking about, is how do we actually be different? How do we actually put those pieces in place to be able to do that? So it really comes down to, a startup is nice, but not all of us are going to create a new startup. So you have a lot of the resources within your company, whether you're an accounting company or a dental company or something like that, which it's not a tech startup, it's not fancy schmancy, it's kind of one of your run-of-the-mill businesses. But the fact is that you have those tools available to be able to get onto this wave of disruption and embrace what's coming, and don't just do what everybody else is doing, but how do you actually apply it? And the common ingredient here is really, who is your audience, and how can you actually assist them, and how can you grow that leadership with them as well? So it's really sort of important to be able to understand that in order to embrace this wave of disruptions, you have to understand, again, your customer, who they actually are and what you can do for them and how you can provide some value as well. The industries are changing without question, but you need to sort of disrupt your industry. You need to sort of get control of it and say, hey, I can do this. I can create remarkable value throughout this process that I'm bringing my audience and customers through. So, some things that you need to be able to look at in terms of developing, not developing, but working with the wave of disruption is, how do you generate leads? How do you talk and communicate? How you've adjusted for automation? How have you created and delivered your value? How your audience have detailed out their buying process, and how your audience sees value in you. And if you can answer some of those questions, then that really elevates you beyond the standard dentist, the standard accountant who's just, providing a simple service. And at the end of the day, you're not. Competition is tough, but it's more a matter of how do you actually stand out? How do you create that marketing that says that, hey, we provide exceptional, remarkable value for our customers, for our audience, and that sort of thing. So if you're able to, again, provide those answers to some of those questions, that's really the fundamental thing that's important to be able to create that disruption amongst your competitors. So what am I saying? Embrace the wave. You don't need to be the next Uber, Facebook, Airbnb, whatever, because that's simply not the way that your business is going to grow. And actually, the whole thing of this got me going. Where was it, that quote? Actually, I think that was another section. I've been writing so much that I'm kind of a little bit lost. But Uber doesn't have any cars, and Airbnb doesn't have any houses or properties, that sort of thing. But anyway, the point is that you need to be able to utilize the existing technology. Understand that there's stuff coming, but you need to be able to be able to provide that value in a remarkable way. And there's lots of ways of doing that, which I cover as well. So, your job as a digital disruptor is shift your business to where your value appears to your audience to properly monetize and disrupt. And this is basically what how you will actually develop that disruption as well. So that's pretty much it. So that was topic number 10 of the book on digital disruption that I'm writing. I would appreciate your feedback and insights and comments on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube, you name it. Happy to hear what questions you might have as well. So thanks again, and we'll see you online.